Hello everyone, and welcome to a virtual walk around Gronant Dunes with me, Mark Hughes. Gronant Dunes is a local nature reserve managed by Denbighshire County Council, and there's a wealth of wildlife to be found here no matter what the time of year. Almost immediately we can see one of the resident stone chats. This one is a male. As we cross the river, there's a teal drake feeding in the vegetation. Further down the river, there's a moorhen and a pair of mallard, and beyond them, a little grebe. There are large areas of marsh-living plants at Gronant. These are bulrush, but there are also various sedges and large reed beds. Some of the drier areas of the reserve have been fenced off and are grazed by the council's small herd of Llanelli ponies. I frequently see linnets at this part of the dunes. I grew up in the village of Gronant and I still live locally. I've been coming here for many years. When I first started, this area of sedge here was just open mudflats, and this line of dunes was the last line of dunes before the sea. Now the dunes go on and on, at least a couple of 100 metres further out than when I was a child, all the way out to the viewpoint at the top of the dunes. We've walked along the boardwalk and now we're by the viewing platform looking out to sea. As you can see, the beach is a mixture of shingle and sand. We're looking east now and we're going to walk along the strand line to see what we can find. The first thing we find is this hornwrack. This isn't a seaweed, it's actually a colonial animal, a bit like a coral. This is the shell of a common whelk. It's got some barnacles on it as well. And this is the egg cases of the whelk. The common cockle is very common here. It burrows in the sand. Mussels, on the other hand, cling onto rocks. These young mussels have hitched a ride on some flotsam. Here we can see two egg cases of a thornback ray. There are three types of razor shell. These are the common razor shells. This shell, I think, is a thick trough shell. And this one is a rayed trough shell. This feather is probably from a juvenile gull. This could be one of three species, either a spiny, prickly or rough cockle. Looking up, I can see a group of oyster catchers with a herring gull close by. A movement on the strand line catches my eye. It's a snow bunting. These are winter visitors from the high Arctic, although a few breed in the cairngulls. They feed on insects and seeds that they can find on our windswept beaches. Moving on, another egg case. This time I think it's a spotted ray. This is a piddock shell. These animals use their shells to bore into wood, clay, or even soft rock. Our final strandline treasure is this egg case of a small spotted cat shark. Walking back through the dunes, there are a few plants of interest. This is sea beet, and it's edible. Amongst the sea beet is this scentless mayweed, which should flower in midsummer. And this is sea spurge. Ragwort is another flower that takes advantage of the mild temperatures. This fern is the western or intermediate polypody, and it's found on the north face of the dunes. In the winter, the bare shrubs reveal the nests of small birds. This one is, I think, a linnet's nest. Passing by the lake in the reed bed, you can see a group of 4 gadwall, and in the background some shoveler. There are also tufted duck with another shoveler in the background. Suddenly all the shoveler took off, and to my astonishment there were 42 of them, a huge number for shoveler. That concludes our walk round Gronant Dunes. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for joining me. There was one final thing I hope to show you. Starlings coming in to roost in the reed bed. Unfortunately they didn't turn up. They can be a bit fickle. But here's a group that I filmed earlier in December. I'll leave you with them.